Google just cut the cost of its workhorse agent model in half, pushed it into Spark, and called it a better engine for coding and complex workflows. Gemini 3.7. Flash matters if that price cut and workflow jump actually reduce retries, oversight, and cleanup. If it does not, then this is just another benchmark refresh wearing a productivity costume. Here is what actually changed. On August 13th, Google introduced Gemini 3.7 Flash as its new workhorse model for coding and agents. Google says it launched just 3 weeks after 3.6. Flash improves software engineering, knowledge work, and web development, and cuts the introductory price to 75 cents per million input tokens and $3.75 per million output tokens, half the original 3.6 Flash price. Google also says Spark, its 24/7 personal agent, starts using 3.7 Flash immediately. Google makes 4 concrete claims worth tracking. First, it says 3.7 Flash beats 3.6 Flash on coding benchmarks like Frontier Code and DeepSWE. Second, it says the model handles web development and production code generation with fewer prompts and better first-pass accuracy. Third, it says automation, bench, and dense document work also improved, which is Google's pitch that this is not just a coder model. Fourth, Spark now uses 3.7 Flash for multi-skill workflows across Google Workspace apps. Why this matters is the operator angle. This is not just a model increment. Google is trying to make the cheap default agent brain smarter, then route that gain straight into the always-on assistant that drafts emails, consolidates files, and updates status documents. If the model really adapts better to roadblocks and tool calls at half the old price, teams get a much more credible case for production agents that run often instead of only in expensive bursts. Now the skepticism beat. Almost every hard-quality claim here is still Google's own framing. The benchmark tables, the game demos, the landing page examples, and the Spark workflow videos all come from Google materials. What is proven is the release, the pricing, the benchmark deltas Google chose to publish, and the fact that Spark now runs this model. What is not independently proven is whether 3.7 Flash really cuts regression risk, reduces human review burden, or keeps long-running agents on track once the workflow gets messy and the deadline is real. This is a deliberate flagship build in the 4 to 6 minute lane because the story reaches beyond one benchmark headline. It changes price, model quality claims, and the live agent surface Google wants people to rely on every day. The real workflow test is brutally simple. Give 3.7 Flash a multi-step task with files, tool calls, and a messy handoff. Then compare its retries, patch quality, and cleanup burden against 3.6 Flash or the model already carrying your agent stack. If the cheaper model holds up, Google has a real production move. If it does not, the half-price headline is just bait.